Hi, it's me, the autistic Gen X software developer with major depression and anxiety. But some call me Tim. And today I realized I have been really messing with my one daughter a lot and not touching the other daughter at all. So I thought we should change that. The other daughter is different. She's got a lot of me, different parts of me. Like each daughter has half of me, maybe. I think, you know what I mean? Like some of it. My other daughter, she's got a little more of the autism, ADHD, OCD, depression, anxiety shit going on. This is daughter number one, the oldest daughter. And I just wanted to say that she is so jumpy. Like, oh my God. You could, okay, so she was in her room on the computer. When you walked in her room, like the computer was facing the door, I assume because there was questionable stuff on the computer. But she tells me all those viruses came from anime. This suspect, but okay. But anyway, can't see the monitor for reasons, but she's looking at the door is what I'm trying to say. So sometimes I've walked in the door and been like, hey, and she's like, wow, you scare me. But this one time I walked in the door, the child was on her computer. She turned and looked at me for a full 2 seconds. And then she went back to what she was doing. And I said, hey, kid. She went, like shit fell off her desk. Like, I was like, what happened? You looked at me. She's like, I know. Just warn me next time you're coming in. That was a mistake because from then on, I would enter her room like this. Warning! I'm about to come in. And she'd fling it and it'd say, okay, I'm in. She briefly told me to warn her when I warn her, but she didn't like that because I just started with warning. I'm going to warn you. Warning. I'm coming in your room. Hi. That poor child. But yes, she is different than the daughters are different, but they're both my daughters and I love them both. I do not have a favorite, despite what stand-up comedians will tell you. I think I just like whatever kid has brought me food the most recently, I like them a little better. That's it. It's just food. And since my one daughter is nowhere near us, I like the other one a little better. It's not her fault. She can't bring me anything. But yes, my daughter. So one daughter is scared of ghost pirates, and the other daughter is scared from just existing. There's a lot of terror. This. I start talking to you guys. I start telling these stories, and then I come up with other stories, and I'm like, should I save that for another video, or should I talk about it now? Well, since we're talking about being scared, I think we'll talk about it now. I was terrified. Excuse me. I was terrified of basically everything from horror movies I'd seen. I just knew that Jason Voorhees in his hockey mask and his machete was going to come jump through the window at any point and slaughter me. No, it makes no sense. But one time, went to summer camp. It was with the school. It was like a class trip or something. It was kind of a weird thing. It was like a summer camp, but we only stayed for one night. I don't really even know what the point of it was. But the chaperone guy for our class, or for our group, I don't even remember, but he was the father of one of the girls in our class. And she had a major crush on me. Maybe that's a story for another time. One sec. All right, so I wrote that down. Okay, so this guy, for whatever reason, I don't know, he decided that it was his job to traumatize all of the boys in his chaperone group. So he took us out. This is like, we're in the woods. We're camp, right? He took us out deep into the woods. And he had a flashlight, and so he sat us down in a circle. Everybody, we had one flashlight, and then he went walking off into the woods in the dark, and we had a watch. And then, so what we had to do was every minute, one of us had to walk off into the woods in the dark and find him. We had no flashlight. It was terrifying. I remember some of the kids broke down into tears when they got to him. And I honestly think that he thought he was doing something good, but I didn't learn whatever lesson he was trying to teach us in the woods in the middle of the night. I didn't learn it. You know what I learned? It's really hard to walk through the woods at night without a flashlight when you don't know where you're going, because I got lost. All right. How do you get lost in the woods in the dark? It's pretty easy. I get lost in the day in my own house, you know. So like, I just wandered off the trail into a tree. It was probably poison oak. I mean, there was poison oak everywhere. This was bushes, thorns. I mean, it was a very irrational thing to do. The man, if you tried that today, he'd probably be canceled or arrested, right? But that's part of being a Gen Xer. That's the kind of shit we went through. And adults were just like, suck it up, dip. You know, it just, But it was very, 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 very terrifying. And it didn't help me be unafraid. In fact, when I have to walk alone at night, now, decades later, I still remember that. I think about it and I think, wow, how much trauma did that guy inflict? How many kids did that guy mess up? And he had no idea. Like, it's not just your children you can mess up and have no idea. You can mess up an entire class of boys, which is what happened. Yes, I remember her name was Heidi. I'm not supposed to remember names of a random girl from 3rd and 4th grade that I sat in class with. This is a story for another time, and I can't wait to tell it. But until next time, peace.